us if we can. All right.
Restarted the recording.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Let's begin the January, wow, time is flying, January meeting of the Washington State Human Rights Commission. And let's begin with the roll call, please.
Yes, Chair Cook.
Present.
Commissioner Gamboa. Commissioner Spey.
Present.
Commissioner Tran.
Present.
Executive Director Andrina Armstrong.
Here.
Deputy Director Cheryl Strobert.
Present.
AAG Kristen Lamson.
Present.
For the record, Allison Riffer, Commission Clerk. Any other callers on the line wishing to introduce themselves may take themselves off mute and do so now.
Jerry Lee, Operations Manager.
Deborah Gonzalez, Administrative Services Manager.
Hearing no other names, roll call is concluded.
Thank you. And I know that Commissioner Gamboa is trying very hard to be here. He's having a little difficulty with connection. So we're hoping that he'll be able to join us in progress here. He's making a super effort. Okay. There we go. Okay, what's going on here? Then I have a problem. I don't know why. Sorry. There we go. Okay. All right. So we now have the approval of the meeting minutes from November 17th and December 15th, 2022. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Jeff Space, so moved.
And a second?
I second that.
Thank you so much. Is there any discussion or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the November and December minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Good. Thank you so much. And thank you for the minutes. All right. The next item on the agenda is our case closures. And I'll start by taking a motion to approve the case closures. And then if there's any discussion, we'll come back for that. So is there a motion to approve the case closures as submitted?
This is Jeff Spey. I actually have questions about 2 of the cases before we do that.
Okay.
And it's more procedural, but there's
Sure.
the Barnes versus Fulweiler matter in PDF 3, and the Garza versus, what is it? It's in PDF 8. Sorry, I lost my place. Garza versus Team Care, PDF 8. So both of those were pre-finding settlement agreements, which were submitted. I don't necessarily have an issue with them, but I didn't see a signed settlement agreement by the respondent for either of those. And I'm wondering if that has been submitted to the commission yet.
Staff can comment on that.
Okay, let's see if we can locate those quickly. Sometimes they are on different documents. And then we put several documents together to make one.
Okay.
Not sure. Let's see if we can locate that. PDF 3.
I'm looking at, is it the case PDF? It was in PDF 3. It was Blackwell versus the Ivy Club.
No, it's
No.
Barnes versus Fulweiler. It's actually the case right
Barnes.
before Blackwell.
Okay.
And they both are, the way both of the settlements were presented is there's the internal memo saying, here are the terms of the settlement. And then there's like a worksheet that follows that checks off certain numbers,
Mhm.
but no one signed that. And I know that our regulations require that the respondent sign the settlement agreement. Not saying it hasn't happened, I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, good morning. If I could interrupt, our standard practice when we have the terms of agreement worksheet is to only provide that. But yes, we do have a signed pre-finding settlement document for both of these cases that are signed by both the CP and the RP. We have that on file. It just wasn't included in the packet. If that's something we should course correct moving forward, absolutely happy to do so.
Okay.
And Commissioner Spey, I just want to say that in order for the case to be done, we have to have those signatures. So they would not become part of our packet if both parties have not signed.
Yeah, that was my question, is could they get in there without them? Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Commissioner Spey, are you comfortable, and all commissioners really, are you comfortable with the fact that if the rest of the case is presented to us, that piece would be present, or do you prefer to actually also see that piece of evidence?
Not only because I like to read things. Yes, I think it's good to include the settlement agreements in that.
Okay.
And also because
Mhm.
I do think the regulations are, they're a little, they give latitude for us to review that and thumbs up, thumbs down it. So reviewing what the
Sure.
agreement actually is helpful as well.
Mhm.
I agree with what Commissioner Sabay is saying, and just to also iterate that consistency across how we do it would also
Yes.
help.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. That seems reasonable. Is that acceptable for staff?
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and going forward,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
would see
Yeah.
the full public
Mhm.
the agreement.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That way we don't have to assume anything.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, good. All right. Appreciate that very much. Are there any other pieces of discussion related to the cases? All right, then hearing none, I would, are there any, did not see any notification of any withdrawal of any of the cases, but I want to clarify that with staff before we move forward as well. Were any, are any withdrawn?
There
Okay,
were
There's
there were a
no
number
cases
that were
pulled.
withdrawn, but
yeah, that are not
none
part
have
of,
been pulled.
yeah, since this was published, though sometimes we actually have some withdrawn at the meeting as well. So,
Okay.
all right, then I think we're ready to move forward, and I will accept a motion to accept the cases as submitted.
Jeff Space, so moved.
My second.
Thank you. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for that clarification. I think that's great. All right, let's move on to executive director reporting. And I know that our executive staff have been really busy. So let's hear from Andrita and Cheryl as well, if you have anything additional.
Yes, I am happy to announce that we have added to our family, our team, 3 investigators, Jesse Donahoe, Delia Chavez, and Jim Owens. And I think they started just a little bit more than a week ago. Delia will be out of the Yakima office, and Jim will be focusing on housing, and Jesse Donahoe is certainly employment and public accommodation. Would like to share that in regards to just devastating accounts of that happened in California. We did, so many, more than 17 people lost their lives. And so we made a statement on our website, basically stating that we stand with the families and friends as we remember those they love so deeply. And so and that's pretty much what I have. You have in your packet a few of the bills that involve the Human Rights Commission, and that we thought that would probably, who knows, but may get some traction. And so only one, we actually added fiscal note information to, and that is Senate Bill 5186, that deals with anti-discrimination clauses in public contracting. We would probably take the lead on that. A staffer will be meeting with I think it'd be Senator Elias to determine, what was in the senator's mind when it was crafted. So we'll find out more about their expectations of us. We met with a number of folks. Oh, this must be
Yeah,
Commissioner Gamboa.
right. There you are.
Oh,
All right.
great.
Yeah, sorry that conference ID for some reason did not let me in.
Okay, but we got you now. Don't leave.
Okay.
Glad you're here, and just basically giving an overview of my report, that we have three new investigators. One will be in Yakima, and was talking about proposed bills that involve our agency, and one that we did supply fiscal information. And it looks like I don't know if it's going to go forward or not, but we're certainly poised to work with a number of agencies to make it happen, and that is requiring anti-discrimination clauses in public contracting. So I guess in summary, that is my report.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that there's a meeting in Yakima, because I grew up in the Yakima Valley, and it's an area of a lot of discrimination. So,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've been, and especially this year, we're going to be challenged. Staff will be challenged in the legislative arena because we still are short-staffed administratively. We have the position, the deputy position, still to fill, although we're moving there. They've conducted some interviews, and I participated in those, and that process is still underway, but it's going to probably culminate, we hope, and then they'll be deciding about the other position, the liaison for the legislative and policy things, and that will be too late for this season. So this means that the staff that we have are going to be actually stretched a little bit thin around all of that. So we thank Cheryl for continuing to stay on and be part of our team, because we really need the help right now for sure. Okay, any questions for Director Armstrong regarding her report or anything else related to that stuff?
Commissioner
Yes.
Tran.
Yes.
Thank you. First off, thank you so much, Director Andreda Armstrong, for the statement. It does mean a lot that we put something up on the website. It's probably the least that we can do. Even though it's, not local, it's definitely had a very big impact and a ripple through especially the AA and HPI community. And we're muddling our way through it right now. So it's definitely impactful, the statement. So I appreciate that. I did have a question about the, I think it was a Senate bill, not a House bill, 5186. There's a note saying there is fiscal impact. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, be happy to. We, as we were reading the proposed bill, we would have a number of folks that are public contractors and subcontractors that may believe that they're being discriminated against because of a protected category, and therefore would come to us for investigations or for it to be resolved through our agency, which means that we would have to have a lot more investigators and managers to process those cases. We suspect, anecdotally, but we suspect that there's a lot of folks out here that that could be contractors and subcontractors that are being mistreated. And so therefore we have to be, poised in order to be able to take care of that.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense, and thank you for the details on that. I do have another question. How would or how can the commissioners provide assistance on this?
I think that, let's see.
Somebody's got an extra microphone open somewhere. There we go.
Oh, hi. I finally.
Oh yeah, he muted. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this really goes. Thank you for asking the question, because it goes into what I am planning on talking with you all about. I'm going to be calling you and chatting about your why. Why are you involved with the commission? Because I, as the director, and our team here want to support you in living out your why. And so I think that you can answer that when in our chat together. But particularly, in regards to this bill, would be asking if you know of anyone that's in public contracting or subcontracting that believe that they've been discriminated against. Give some some examples of the need as it relates to this bill. Like I said, we are going to be getting more information about what was in the mind of the folks that crafted this, that would tell us more about what they would want from us. But I would love to be prepared to share with those senators what is some examples that you all have in regards to the folks that could be involved in public contracting.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you. I look forward to our chat.
Thanks. That is all I have. Cheryl, did I miss anything?
Nope, I don't believe so. Thank you.
That is my report.
Any additional questions? All right. Do we have any commissioner reporting today?
Commissioner Gamboa, you're muted.
There we go. Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
This time I've used this Teams. I was interviewed by the Judiciary Committee for reappointment that happened yesterday morning, and I got reappointed for another term. It was very collegial, very friendly. It's kind of a difference from the first time that I.
Wow. Yes. That's all I'll say to that.
Yeah.
Did you listen in?
No, I mean that from your description, and I remember the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, the same guy that grilled me the first time, a guy by the name of the senator. Anyway,
Yes, yes.
introduced me and said some complimentary things. And
Oh, that's good.
the
That's good.
also the the first Latino senator in the history of the state of Washington, Javier Valdez, who's in my district,
Mhm, mhm.
spoke up after I gave my presentation and said very kind things about me. So that was good.
All right. All right. Well, I'm glad they finally got around to this because
Yeah.
I think your technical reappointment was some time ago. So thank you so much. That's great news. Thank you. And I'm glad it was a better atmosphere this time. I know some of us really struggled last time. So
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is this
Mine was
the
great.
the
Pardon me?
confirmation hearing?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. And so mine actually turned out to be really a great experience in a couple of ways because most of them weren't able to make it. It was snowing horrendously, and I had to rearrange to do mine by video because of living over here. And so, it was, and so it was a challenge to get people there at all. And they were like, boy, it turns out you had the right idea. So, yeah, excellent. That's great, Commissioner. Anything else?
I ended up doing mine by video also because currently I don't have
Sure.
transportation to Olympia. So
Well, right now they're doing that a lot. I mean, that's a but back when we did this before, that was a novel idea. It was
yeah,
like, really? You want to, you're not coming over here? No, not for 5 minutes.
like a 2 hour
Yeah.
drive from Seattle to
Yeah,
Olympia.
for me it would be a 6-hour drive for 5 minutes of
Yeah.
testimony. So I was like, no, I'm not. All right. Thank you so much. Is there anything else to report?
Yes, so same thing for me. My confirmation hearing was on Monday, and Senator Makadinger requested that I be there in person. I'm sure she did the same with all of us.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I did go out there in person because I also had an event in the evening, which I will ask our ethics trainer about to make sure, we're able to go to certain events as human rights commissioners, being aware of where and when and who we can kind of consort with and how we can speak with people, especially in Olympia.
Right.
But the confirmation hearing went fine. I think I only got like that basic question of like, why are you applying? And then one of the senators who typically grills, from what I understand, grills people, only asked me one question. It was a softball question. So,
All
so
right.
too bad. So
Yeah.
it was a good experience, a positive experience.
Definitely a mellow experience this year. That's good to
Mhm.
hear. All right. Excellent. Anything else? All right. Thank you so much. All right. We're ready for the AG update.
Good morning, everyone. I do have two updates for you from the Civil Rights Division. The first one is a case called Human Rights Commission versus Reliable Enterprises and Reliable Project LLLP. This was a case that was originally filed in May of 2022 with the Office of Administrative Hearings, and it was recently resolved by an agreed consent decree entered on January 20th of this year. This case was filed on behalf of Jason Stockham, and he was after a finding of reasonable cause that he was harassed and threatened by other tenants on the respondent's property because of a developmental disability. Respondents didn't take any action even after he and his sister and his mother made numerous reports that other tenants had, among other incidents, regularly called him stupid and other ableist epithets, yelled at him, and threatened to beat him. Respondents eventually attempted to evict him after an incident with another tenant and took no action against other tenants who had done similar conduct. The consent decree requires respondents to implement a fair housing policy, train staff, post fair housing posters in common areas, and pay Mr. Stockholm $30,000. So that was a resolution of that case. The second case is Human Rights Commission versus Phyllis McKee and Jonathan McKee, LLC. And this is also a disability housing discrimination matter. That was a consent decree entered by Whatcom County Superior Court on December 16th, 2022. This case was originally filed in October of 2022 after a reasonable cause finding by the commission that Phyllis McKee, a landlord in Bellingham, had a no pets policy and unlawfully discriminated against Sarah, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, ATAC, who is a tenant with a disability who requested an accommodation to have an emotional support animal in her apartment. The landlord never responded to that request for a reasonable accommodation, and then imposed different terms and conditions on her, including periodic inspections of the condition of the unit because of the support animal. And when she complained about the landlord's discrimination to the commission, the landlord retaliated by berating and attempting to coerce her into withdrawing her complaint. That consent decree requires the landlord McKee to implement a fair housing policy, train staff, post fair housing posters in her rental office, and pay Ms. ATAC $21,000. So those are two resolutions from our Civil Rights Division. And if anybody has any questions, I can bring the answers back at the next meeting.
Thank you. Any questions? They both seem pretty straightforward to me, and thank you very much for that report.
You're welcome.
All right. Do we have any public comment today? If so, I need you to identify yourself and I will call on you for the public comment. All right, hearing none, then I believe we are right on target to go into our executive ethics training. And Kate Reynolds is here today to provide this to us. And I'm looking forward to this. I've had this training a number of times, but I always do learn something, and I always get reminded of all the stuff that I sort of have forgotten. So I'm looking forward to this. I hope the rest of you are. So I'd like to introduce Kate now and have you walk through the training with us and take our questions, and we'll have a good time together.
Yeah, thank you so much. So there's been a slight wrinkle that we're working out behind the scenes right now. We generally do not record our trainings. There's a couple reasons for that. And since we're recording the meeting and I did not know ahead of time, I apologize. This is usually something we work out at the beginning. We're kind of working out how we're going to deal with the recording issues. So if we could just pause for 1 second. And Kristen, I think you were looped in on this.
I'm answering now.
Okay. We've gotten creative on this sometimes, so I'm seeing which way we're going to go. So if you wouldn't mind just holding tight for 1 second, maybe people could get a sip of water or get comfortable, and then we'll see what we're doing.
Absolutely, that sounds good. Yeah, I actually thought of that issue myself, so I'm glad we're figuring it out.
And no worries if we're able to move forward. I can definitely make up time in the air, as I like to refer to it. So.
Oh yeah.
So we'll keep you on schedule. No worries.
We're not too far off schedule as it is, so I'm not too concerned.
Okay, so it looks like we are good to go. So when everyone comes back, and I'm just going to double check, can you see my screen share? And I think we're just going to we're going to turn the recording off for the training portion and then turn it back on when you guys go back into meeting mode.
Okay.
I can see it.
Okay, great. And Allison, just go ahead and let me know when the